my name is Jamie. I live in Saudi Arabia and I have a makeup collection that just keeps getting larger. Yesterday it did. So let's talk about it. Yesterday what arrived in the mail, finally, after much ado, was my BPerfect Carnival Interstellar palette, which I believe is the 5th? I don't remember. 6th? 5th or 6th. Okay, there was Carnival Volume 1, 2, in Tahiti. 3 is Antidote. They remastered Volume 1, and then this is the 4th? Yeah, that sounds right. From Stacey, it's a collaboration with Stacey Marie, if you're not familiar, which, come on, does everybody know this? Everybody should know this by now, right? Right? Stacey Marie, she collabs with BPerfect. It makes big, huge palettes that I really, really like, that I didn't think I liked, but I really, really like. Here's what happened. As I'm sure you know, I placed an order with BPerfect in order to get the Interstellar. I was going back and forth about it because I was like, nah, do I need a big giant palette like that? Do I really need it? And then I lost my battle with myself and I ordered it. What actually came in the mail was the Carnival XL Remastered. And this is beautiful. I have enjoyed this. And yeah, so at this point in time, I have 1, 2, 3 of these Carnival palettes and one still pretty big BPerfect palette. How many shades for this? This palette is nothing to snooze at either. This is still 35 shades, and this was actually ranked highest for me in 2022. I used this palette the most in 2022. So, needless to say, I really like the BPerfect quality. I am invested at this point, and I'm gonna continue to buy from the brand. Not this month though. Not this month. Today I'm gonna test out the Interstellar, and I'm gonna do some comparisons as well to the Antidote as well as the Carnival Remastered, and just see if there's any reason that if you don't have this palette and you have the others, if you need this palette, or if you can just keep on keeping on with what you have. So, as usual, like, comment, subscribe. Welcome to 2023. This is my first video of, I believe, the year. And yeah, let's have a good time. Thank you for everyone who watched me in 2022. Please continue, and anything you can do to boost engagement is very, very, very appreciated. It tickles me every time to know that anybody watches anything at all. So, thank you so much. Do all the things. Taking a look at the Carnival Interstellar palette, it is super pretty. Super, super pretty. And what attracted me to the palette was actually this row, or these rows here, which is different from what she has been known to do before. So this palette alleges that it has 30 velvet mattes, which it does. The mattes are always great. 3 duochrome pressed pigments. I don't know which ones those are. 8 mesmerizing shimmers. 4 luxe foiled glitter shades. The shelf life is 2 years, which is great. It is PETA approved, and I guess that means it must be vegan and cruelty free, which is always a bonus for me. There's a lot of shades in here that are really, really beautiful, and I'm interested in putting this all over my eyeballs. I don't think there really are a lot of repeat shades. The only one I'm seeing is kind of Phenomenon from, but not even really. So here it is next to the Antidote. If I drop this, I'm gonna scream. Okay, so here it is next to the Antidote. Nothing is the same. No similarities that I can see. Even the greens, like the greens in the Antidote are grungier, much grungier, a bit like, I don't even know, just grungy. There's kind of a gray cast to them. So yeah, not the same. Not the same at all. I love this palette though. This is a great palette. No lie. The shape of the palette itself is smaller than the 2 previous Carnivals. Really interesting. And then here it is next to the Remastered. So the Remastered does not have any special shades at all. And I see maybe some pinks that are somewhat the same. Oh no. No, no, no. None of these shades are the same. None of these shades are quite the same. Good on you, BPerfect. Good on you. I do, again, kind of prefer the idea of having more textures to work with in a palette, so I'm glad that they went that direction with this particular palette. Like I said, I really like the remastered. I'm not saying I don't, but that is kind of the one little drawback, if I had to name one, that there is for that palette. So, without any ado further, let's put it on my eyes. I thought about doing my makeup first and then putting on my eyeshadow, but I did not want to. Grab a drink, grab a snack, pull up a chair, let's relax. I'm prepping now with the Beauty Creations Dare to Be Bright color-based primer in Whiteout. There's something I'm not liking about my usual primer. I usually use the Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Prime in shade 1, and I have been having the worst skin reactions on my eyes, directly on my eyes, for at least a week now. Like, my eyelids were peeling. So I'm kind of wondering if it's expired and they sent me like old product. And granted, the product is kind of old, so it's not like shocking, but I don't know. There was something that my skin was reacting to, and I'm not happy about it. I'm switching up my base primer. So there you go. Okay, you know, I don't really know what look I want to do. Imagine, I think I'm gonna do, I want to do something with like purples and then the dark colors. Okay, so I think I'm first gonna go into Light Year, which is this purple. Ooh, that is a duochrome. Okay, this Stargazer shade is definitely a duochrome. So Light Year, I'm gonna put that in my crease. I don't want to do like a purple gray look. I don't even know what I'm thinking yet. My boyfriend asks me each time I video, he's like, is it about BPerfect? And I'm like, because honestly, the chokehold this brand has had on me lately is just not fair. There are nice shadows everywhere. There really are. But seriously, once I also got my hand, I gotta figure out what brush this is too, so I can order more of this. This little brush is so freaking good with putting down like your first couple shades. It just really blends it out super nice. It's a BPE 15. So yeah, I'm having a full-blown like thing for BPerfect lately. Trust me when I say I did not anticipate that. I did not think to myself like, you know, I am gonna be a hoe for BPerfect. That's my plan. I'm gonna go in now to Spacewalk, this dark purple right here. I'm just gonna put that in my crease just to kind of deepen it a little bit. It's actually Christmas Day as I'm filming this. So this may be one of my first few videos in the new year, but I'm coming to you Christmas Day. I took Christmas Day off. So obviously we don't celebrate Christmas in Saudi Arabia. And I just asked my boss, like, please, can I take today off? Please? And she was very kind and let me take today off. Here's my thing. You know how, okay, like, I don't feel anything. I'm lying. Like, a lot of the time, I don't miss holidays. I miss Thanksgiving. I will admit, I miss Thanksgiving the most. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, and it's my mom's favorite holiday, so we enjoy it. And like, my family usually is very relaxed around Thanksgiving, and Christmas is just stressful. So it's just a thing that we really have to consider the weather and what the weather is doing. Like, I don't know where you're from, but we have to drive everywhere, basically. And if the weather's bad, then you can make all of the plans in the world. You ain't going in a snowstorm. It's just not it's just not a good idea. So yesterday, and I guess all week, I haven't really kept up, but my sister's flights have been canceled from where she lives in Oregon to Idaho. And like, my family is just notoriously stressed out during the holidays because of how difficult it is to travel. Like, we don't make it easy on ourselves to try and like get where we need to go. And I'm gonna go into First Man, this one here. And yeah, like, her day yesterday sounded like no fun. She was stuck in the airport forever. Just absolutely for goddamn ever. And she made it, luckily, but it was not pretty. So like, that part of the holidays, I don't miss. Like, I've had, for example, like, from my city where I went to college to my hometown, it's usually, in good weather and good traffic, it's usually like a three to 3.5 hour drive. I've spent 8 hours in a bus trying to get either home or back. That aspect of holiday season, nah. And then, I don't know why. I don't know if it's just the universe or whatever, but when I made the decision to move abroad, everyone, not my family particularly, but everyone was like, "You're gonna miss Christmas." And I'm like, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Because every year, it doesn't matter where I live, Christmas is still out to get me. It's out to get me, I swear. So I can even move across the globe, and that damn holiday is gonna get me. It's gonna find me, and it's gonna ruin my day. It was a pretty good day. Granted, okay, I shouldn't be shitty about this, because first of all, I had a competition. I was jumping on Christmas Eve, and I jumped, I did not fall off, did pretty good, everything's good. So, you know, the alternative is that I could have like broken my neck or something. I'm gonna go into Odyssey, and I'm gonna mix that with Lightyear a little bit. Just kind of blend that edge. First Man is not a true black, it's a very dark gray. Oh yeah, the alternatives are that I could have like fallen off and broken my neck and all that stuff, but instead I just like did fine. Did fine and didn't win my class, but it's okay. And yeah, was going about my day, and we were just heading back to my house to get some things we wanted to make for dinner and pick up my boyfriend's Christmas gift. And I was feeling a little homesick too. Like, I wasn't full of energy and like super excited, but I get home and I'm kind of like, okay, it's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. And I'm just like trying to get things together, and I'm like feeding my cats and whatever. And I go to grab my boyfriend's gift, which was a bottle of Dior Sauvage Eau de Parfum pour Homme. Bitch, I dropped that. Dropped it. Gone. Totally 100% done. Mixing Odyssey and Roswell. So Roswell, Odyssey is this color and Roswell is this color. You know, I could imagine a better way for that to go, and it did not. It did not. My boyfriend was very gracious and very nice to me, and I'm Sure, he didn't care. Like, not ultimately. He was very good about just not feeding into the chaos and not making me feel worse, but damn, I feel bad. And the thing is that, like, something like that always happens to me on Christmas. This is why I don't want to celebrate it anymore. One year? What happened last year? Oh yeah, last year, I thought I had COVID and I had to spend Christmas Eve alone. But even worse than that, the year before, I straight had COVID. Had COVID in Saudi Arabia alone by myself. In quarantine for 10 straight days. Like, if that was not one of the worst experiences I've ever had, I don't know what. Like, also, I'm sure we all know this, but like when you exit quarantine after being like alone for 10 straight days, you feel like you're an alien from another planet. You're just like, basically too, like, even if I'm at home and nothing happens, like nothing's acutely wrong with me, like I'll just have been sitting for a good solid half hour and my sisters are still opening presents and my mom will look at me and be like, oh, you didn't get a whole lot of presents this year, did you? And I'm like, no. In years past, this is not the case now, but like at the time, it's like, well, I don't have a boyfriend. I don't have a husband. I don't have a child that gives me gifts. So yeah, I'm just kind of chilling out here while y'all get to open your things from your significant others. Neat. And it's not like I ultimately care, but it also doesn't feel that good. Like when you compare yourself to your siblings and they're like getting stuff from their significant other, you're like, well, my cat gave me a hairball. I cleaned it up. Oh, I got broken up with on Christmas Day one time. That was nice. That was good times. Christmas Day. Like, I had this really shitty boyfriend. I hope you're watching. I hope you see this. I had this really shitty boyfriend in Egypt, and it was my first Christmas away from my family. You know, I was feeling a little tender and whatever, and we hadn't been getting along, suffice to say. It wasn't like out of the blue. It wasn't great timing, but it wasn't like shocking, you know? So yeah, I was kind of like, hey, so can you like hang out with me on Christmas Day since I am alone in this country with no family? And he was like, yeah, of course, babe. No, he broke up with me Christmas morning because he didn't want to come. Or whatever, I don't know. I mean, I gave him my 2 cents about that and was like, you are a rotten human being. So I took myself to the pyramids and talked to my friend about it. I've had some colorful Christmas pasts. I'm gonna go into velocity. I wonder if this is a duochrome. It's soft. It's very soft. I'm not impressed with putting that on a brush. Oh yeah, see, whoa, hello. That's how you do that. So yeah, I've kind of taken to just avoiding the holiday altogether, but it still manages to get me. One year, I went to the hospital. I had a kidney infection so bad that I was hallucinating. The shadow is almost wet. It's the most bizarre feeling. It's like literal putty. So yeah, am I Ebenezer Scrooge? A little bit. So I'm gonna go into Milky Way. And I'm gonna put that in the middle. This is gonna be beautiful, I already know. it doesn't have the same kind of feel as that Velocity shade. It's still very bright and very pretty, but it doesn't have that like strange putty feeling to it. It's really beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. So I kind of was interrupted, but it's fine. My horses are at the vet again. And I'm just kind of blending, placing a bit more color down, and it's arrived at kind of a good spot. So we'll carry on from here. I love BPerfect. Do you see that? Beautiful. I'm gonna line my top lash line just with some BPerfect Cosmetics Pencil Me In eye pencil in the shade Abyss. And then that'll kind of give something for my lashes to sit on that's dark so that it's not quite so jarring. There, just like that, nothing too committed. All right, I'm gonna put my lashes on and I'm gonna put on the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come back to do my lower lash line. I'll be right back. Found a good stopping point. I have my base on and I have my eyebrows on and some lashes on. I'm gonna head back into the palette a little bit, and I'm gonna do the lower lash line, and I'm gonna kind of blend a little bit, just with a little bit of Fiction, question mark, this one. Pink shade, kind of above into my eyebrow a little bit, not eyebrow, but you know what I'm talking about, like my upper lid, and kind of in the inner lid as well, like inner, like bone area almost, just to blend everything kind of together. I really like this. Like, where did it go? I'm just gonna kind of blend a little bit the tops of the shimmers. I can't very well go, look at that blend, and then have it not be blended, you know? Come on. There. That's better. So here's where we're at eye-wise. Okay. I'm gonna take a smaller Juvia's Place brush, and I'm gonna go into my lower lash line, and I'm gonna go into Odyssey, which is this gray shade here. And I'm just gonna put that in the inner and outer corners. And then I'm gonna take Light Year, this light purple again, and set that kind of into and next to it. I may gently dip into it again with my finger and kind of stamp it. Then I'm gonna go ahead and take that same brush that I had picked up earlier, and I'm just gonna kind of blend out Velocity a little bit. There's where we're at. Then I'm gonna take just a small brush, and I'm gonna take Light Year again. I'm gonna mix Light Year and Fiction and just kind of run it. There we go. Okay. Now I'm gonna finish up my makeup and I'll be right back. This is kind of the finished look. One more little finishing touch. I'm gonna go into Galactic, which is this shade here, just on my finger. I'm gonna put that in my inner corner. There you are. And there you have it. What do you think? I put a little purple highlighter on, not highlighter, I put a little purple blush on my nose. I have this like weird Made by Mitchell purple blush. I sometimes love it and I sometimes think it's stupid. So what do we think? Do you need to go out and buy this Interstellar BPerfect palette? I can't make that decision for you. I love it. And I love all my BPerfect palettes, I gotta be honest. I really thought that I would not enjoy, for instance, the Carnival Remastered palette, and I adore this palette, and I quite possibly adore this one even more for the fact that it has different textures in it. So this one has a couple of different textures as well. It doesn't have any duochromes. It has 29 highly pigmented matte shades and 16 luxe creamy shimmers. The shimmers are creamy. Like I said, I think that this stands out a little bit more for the duochromes. The great thing about Interstellar versus the other palettes is that it has 3 duochrome pressed pigments. It also has 8 mesmerizing shimmers and 4 luxe foiled glitter shimmers. So what I'm going to tell you with that is that if you are interested in seeing a palette with more textures than 2, this is the one. If you are on the fence about the brand in general, I have 3 giant palettes. I can't recommend them enough. I even enjoy the palette that only has 2 textures. 2 textures. Both of these only have 2 textures, and they're still really, really fun to work with. If you're new to the brand, I don't think you'd be disappointed if you tried it. I think that it's great. I can't say enough good things. So far, BPerfect is one of my favorite brands. I'm sticking to it. So anyway, welcome to 2023. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.